Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. Now, yesterday I did a story about various councils wanting funding from Westminster to go directly to the councils rather than to the SNP, and then to the councils. They didn't want the SNP to sort of skim and filter the money. Now, the person they wrote to over this, the person responsible, is Michael Gove. And whilst they may have written to him in the hope that he can do something, it may be the case that he can do absolutely nothing. Because by terrible timing for the parts of the Scottish councils, Michael Gove is now under investigation by the Standards Committee. He appears to have possibly broken the rules in a bad way, very much, possibly to the point of, shall we say, backsheesh, a bit of shenanigans, a bit of you rub my back, I'll scratch your balls, because it looks like he may well have recommended this particular person, this company and that, for a multi-million-pound contract during COVID, but as a result of being hosted at a sporting event. So it's a case of a little bit of Govey sleaze. No one's surprised, whatever sort of halfling creature Gove is, he's not he doesn't come across as being a particularly honest man. He is a backstabbing, two-faced twonk after all. But let's have a look, see what's going on, see what Gove has been accused of totally. Here goes. Now, whatever little woodland realm he walked out of to go into politics, Michael Gove has always been a bit of an odd person. He creates deals, if you remember, with Boris Johnson and then stabs him in the back in the leadership race. He's destined never, I think, to be leader of the party. People understand exactly what he is. He's untrusted. They've got to have him because he's supposedly a political heavyweight. But I think he's untrusted, not just in the country, but untrusted, I think, within the Tory party. Nobody would put him up for leadership, put it that way. They'll have to have him close, but they don't want him too close. But they say do keep your enemies close because you need to keep an eye on them. I don't think he's capable of being a leader. I think he's too divisive. But anyway, that's just me. Scotch Tory Cabinet Minister Michael Gove under investigation by Commons Standards Watchdog. So yes, accused of sleaze, may well be sleazy. If he is, of course, he's got to resign. And given his position now, given his history, if he resigns now, that'll probably be his career over as a cabinet minister. He's also getting on a bit, and anyone who comes in now will be looking for new blood, lead us into a new era. I'm talking about the Tories because, of course, it's going to be at least 10 more years, I suspect, before there'll be another Tory government. And so by that point, he will have aged out, in terms of having any influence. So he is in, really, whatever happens, he's in the last few months of his political career, I think. Anyway, this investigation follows the reports that Aberdeen-born MP, wasn't he born above a chip shop or something, was entertained at a football match by a Tory donor whose firm he had recommended for multi-million pounds PPE contracts. So, yeah, I've got me chum, we go to a football match together, well, no, really nice time, hosted, more champagne, Michael, thank you very much, don't mind if I do, quaff, quaff, and next thing you know, thank you, multi-million pound contract, lovely, all boys together, a little circle jerk. I think once, of course, he comes out of politics, he'll find himself being appointed a director here and an advisor there, so he's set for life at these little jobs that nobody really cares about, The Scots-born Tory Cabinet Minister Michael Gove has been placed under investigation by Parliament's Standards Watchdog. The probe relates to the Housing Secretary's Register of Financial Interests, but it is not known what the investigation relates to. They've kept it very, very quiet, deliberately so, I suspect. The details of the investigation by the Standards Commissioner Daniel Greenberg are kept secret until the probe ends, and those under investigation are barred from discussing the allegations. But The Guardian last week reported that Gove failed to register VIP hospitality he enjoyed at a football match with a Tory donor whose firm he had recommended for multi-million pounds PPE contracts during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's a big case of, oh, look, you've put £1 million into the party. How very sweet. We've got this contract. So basically, it's money laundering for the. It's a way of getting public money into the Tory party coffers, isn't it? You give me £1 million, I'll give you a multi-million-pound contract. The government, therefore the taxpayer are paying you millions, and you're giving us £1 million. So everybody's happy, except obviously the taxpayer. Anyway, the Aberdeen raised MP was entertained at a Queen's Park Rangers match in 2021 with David Mellor. Mellor's company, Mellor Designs. That's Mellor, not Mellor. I got a story about a friend of mine who went to a match, a Chelsea match, and David Mellor, the old MP, was there. And he went, "Oh, can I have your autograph?" And you could see, you had the security guards in, they were obviously armed and that. He said, Can I have your autograph? And Mellor was like, we signed the programme and handed it to him. And he went, "Oh, it's you." Oh, no, shit. Ripped up in front of him and walked away. Apparently, Mellor laughed like a drain over that one. Anyway, this David Mellor, sorry about interesting tangent, I know. Anyway, this David Mellor, his company, Mellor Designs, was awarded 6 PPE contracts worth £164 million following the then Cabinet Office Minister's referral in 2020, according to the newspaper. 164 million simply for being a Tory donor and for being a chum of Michael Gove. And then he doesn't register it. Yeah, it stinks, doesn't it? Gove spokesperson told The Guardian his failure to declare the 2 complimentary tickets he received was an oversight. Yeah, right. And that he'd written to parliamentary authorities to inform them of the potential omission. The MP's code of conduct requires them to register gifts, benefits and hospitality over a value of £300. And they never go for anything less, do they? Gove is one of 6 MPs currently being investigated by the Standards Committee. All of them are Tories. Well, to be fair, it's not surprising because they're the ones in power. And so they're the ones that these companies are going to come to. But it doesn't surprise me at all that, that whoever, if it was a Labour government, it's going to happen under Labour as well, because it'll be the people coming to the Labour government. But, it's just there. But Gove, I'm not surprised. He is a slimy little toad, isn't he? Anyway, these include Renfrewshire born and bred Deputy Speaker Dame Eleanor Lang, who's believed to be under investigation for allegedly attending a birthday drinks event in breach of lockdown rules. And the Metropolitan Police closed their investigation into the same allegations in December, with no action being taken against Lang or other Tory MPs who are under investigation. So the police have said there's nothing, so the parliamentary authorities will probably come to the same conclusion. And if that's all it is, that's fine. No one's going to dick around. Jesus, during lockdown, I was doing it all the time. I didn't give a shit. I refused to obey the rules of people who didn't know what they were doing. But him, slimy and oleaginous toad, yeah, I can believe it. I can't say he's guilty, of course, but I can believe it if he is. I'm coming up. I don't suppose any of you are surprised either. But he is an odd-looking thing. He always looked like Pob, doesn't he? If you remember Pob, back in the 70s. Sort of like that. Him. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button. Absolutely helps the channel. Do please hit the like button. Helps the video. And until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I will speak to you later. Bye.